just wanna be her. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, my cut right off on the curb. Like I'm Barry Sanders, chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? In the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go. Check 53. 26.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Prescott from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Taken in at the 22. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Speaking of Damian Williams, great Super Bowl, 17 carries, over 100 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Charles, he also had one through the air. Did you think he would have that type of a game?
I wasn't sure that we would see that type of a game, but I knew he would be a part of their offense in terms of trying to break down what San Francisco does, that he would get the bulk of carries. But did I see 104 yards on the ground and a touchdown? Probably not. Did I see him catching one as well, 133 yards of total offense? Probably not. But give him his due, because now, in his postseason career, which is 6 games, 5 of them with Kansas City, 1 with Miami, he scored 11 touchdowns.
Wow.
So on the big stage, the big lights, he produces, and he actually won the battle between undrafted free agent running backs, because his total...
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Check the out, check the out, check the out. Motion.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. Mahomes now to throw. Escaping, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Jalen Smith just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Now after the sack, here's third and goal from the 20. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. We're scoreless after 1. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here's Prescott. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second and 12, Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will tie us at 3-3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, you're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. He'll have a first down past the 40. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They give it to Williams, running right. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, it's Williams. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Prescott. Flushed out right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Dak finding his tight end Witten, and the Cowboys have a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. The 1st down carry by Elliott. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing on 2nd down, Prescott. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott now. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 26-yard line. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. Down right around the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Pass on target, Prescott to Cooper. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. We're back now in KC. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. 3rd and short yardage. Prescott complete to Jason Witten. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown from 19 yards away as his guys are back within a single score. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered in the 1st step in their comeback attempt.
Forbath able to convert the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Mahomes throwing on 4th, eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, kill. Watch the run. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. Target. Hey, kill. 47. Here we go, 47. 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Prescott to throw on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Emmanuel Ogbah. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one down.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Williams. couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. On second down now, it's Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. On third down, here's Williams. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Flushed out right. And that is incomplete here. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. Back to throw, Mahomes. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They'll run it with Williams. And some room to roam now. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on fourth and goal. Here we go with Williams. Open space inside the 10. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Completes it to Jason Witten. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20.
53, check 53. Defense wins championships, man.
Score, Chiefs 17.
Come on, fellas.
Cowboys 10.